Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. I hope you are all okay in this COVID situation, and this is it's a pleasure for me to meet you again after a long time. So, as we are yet to finish our first paper syllabus, let us continue from Unit 14, Lesson-3, as I have already mentioned you in your sites. Lesson-3, The Legend of Ghazi. Okay, what is a legend? What's the difference between a legend and a normal story? Unit 14. In Bangla, we pronounce it Gaji, but it should be in English Gazi, Zetsa. Anyway, what is a legend? Okay. Legend is sort of myth, a story from very ancient time. Especially one that was told to explain natural events or to describe the early history of people. Naturally, the last definition, part of the definition, to describe the early history of people. Here we are going to talk about the legend of Ghazi Pir. He was a Muslim saint, and he used to live in the southern part, that is parts of Bay of Bengal, close to the Sundarbans, southern part of Bay of Bengal. So first of all, we'll try to focus on the text, and also we'll try to learn some new words. One is legend and myth. Can you mention one more explanation of legend? Sometimes when we call Muhammad Ali is a legend, or Federer is a tennis legend, or Maradona is a football legend, what does it mean? Here, legend doesn't indicate any story of natural events or a history of people more or less, but here legend means a very famous person in a particular field. This is legend. So here we are talking about a mythical figure named Ghazi Pir. Let us read the text first. According to some myths and legends, Ghazi Pir was a Muslim saint who is said to have spread Islam in parts of Bengal, close to the Sundarbans. He was credited with many miracles. What is a miracle? Okay. A miracle is an extraordinary event. An act of event that does not follow the laws of nature. Miracle, an act or an event. that does not follow the laws of nature and is believed to be caused by God. God of the Almighty. This is miracle. So this man was credited with many miracles, that he could perform many miracles. For example, he could supposedly calm dangerous animals and make them docile. What is supposedly? Supposedly, does it mean you are sure? We are sure? No, we are not sure about him. Supposedly means people have hearts, so people think so, like this. The opposite to supposedly can be certainly. So here he could supposedly calm dangerous animals. People heard about him, but there was no proof. So he could supposedly and make them docile. What is docile? Docile is the opposite to wild. Docile is you can tame, yielded, domesticated, gentle. Okay, he's a docile boy, means he is obedient. He is usually depicted in pots or scroll paintings. So pot is, this is a, we understand pot is a sort of painting. Scroll painting, what is scroll painting? What's the difference between scroll painting and normal painting? Normal paintings are done on canvas. Scroll paintings, whereas scroll painting is sort of a roll of paper. A scroll painting. Some more people are coming. Though you are coming late, I still appreciate. Scroll painting. A long roll of paper for writing. This is scroll. A decoration cut in stone. Or wood with a curved shape. Like a roll of paper. This is scroll painting. Maybe it can be like, so the wood or the stone is designed in this way that it looks like a roll of paper. Riding a fierce-looking Bengal tiger, a snake in his hand, but in no apparent danger. What is apparent? But in no apparent danger. Apparent, the opposite can be hidden. So no apparent danger. So there is no sign of danger in this picture portraying him with a snake in his hand. According to some stories, he also fought crocodiles who threatened the people of the region full of canals and creek. What is creek? A small river. Usually a low area of land, sometimes into which sea flows, creek. Indeed, a kind of watery jungle bordering the Bay of Bengal. So, do we have any watery jungle in Bangladesh? In the coastal areas, we have watery jungle, like we call it a mangrove forest, the biggest mangrove forest in the world, the Sundarbans. Also, we have one more watery jungle. I can mention. Can you mention one more watery jungle? Have you ever heard Rathargul of Sylhet? This is also watery jungle. Here, more or less all the time, monsoon, during the monsoon, the whole jungle is flooded. This is watery jungle, Rathargul. Anyway, because of his alert and vigilant presence, people believed it. All predatory animals. Which are predatory animals? A predatory animal is an animal which kills and eats other animals. Other animals, like lions, tigers, hyenas. There is a difference between hyenas and lions and tigers. What are the differences? Especially lions and tigers, they kill their prey, then enjoy the meal, whereas hyenas and some other creatures of birds and quadrupeds, they actually enjoy the leftover. Okay, by hyenas and by lions and tigers, they're called scavengers. Like vulture is a scavenger, crow is a scavenger, hyena is a scavenger. Okay. Animals were said to have been kept within bounds. What does it mean, within bounds? Within bounds means within limits. Within limits. So a limit of the limit within bounds. Or designated area like this, limit. It means that a lion should be a lion, a tiger should be in the jungle, whereas people should be in the locality. So this is within bound. So with his power, extraordinary power, he could keep all the predator animals within their own territory so that they wouldn't come to the locality and harm people. It was also believed that he enabled villagers to live close to forests and jungles and cultivate their lands. That is, he had that power People believed him to possess those power through which he could tame wild animal, he could control their behavior, he could keep them within bounds or limits. Also, he could protect villagers so that wild animals could not do them any harm. Consequently, people of these regions would pray to him for protection. Now I want to particularly focus on this line. Consequently, people of these regions would pray to him for protection. Do you find any contradictory idea in this particular line? You have to read this line together with the first sentence. Gajir Pir was a Muslim saint. So this line, consequently, people of these regions would pray to him for protection, actually contradicts the first line, Muslim saint, because according to Muslim belief or Islamic belief, no one can ask protection to a person, human being. So that was all about myths and literature and legends. The story of Gajir Pir has been preserved in folk literature as well as art and has been performed in indigenous theater. What is indigenous? Indigenous theater, in short, we can call this native. Indigenous indigenous native, native or a particular place. This is why the opposite to indigenous is foreign. In fact, some Gajir pot scrolls are part of the collection of the British Museum. So we have found some new words here. Now let us go for what is an indigenous art? What is an indigenous art? What is an art? What does art include? Art. What does art include? Art includes literature, music, stories. These stories also belong to literature. Stories, paintings, sculptures, those activities that reflect the refined taste of a community. This is art. So indigenous art means literature, music, stories, paintings, sculptures, etc., which are practiced in a particular place. If we call it our indigenous art, it means that these branches of art are practiced in our region, in Bangladesh or the subcontinental region. Okay, now according to some myths, and go to page 191, according to page some myths and legends, what kind of extraordinary power did Ghazi have? What kind of extraordinary power? So in this sort of question, if we can give the answer according to a bullet pattern, that will give or the presentation a new and more lucid shape, like the following. We could create miracles, created with many miracles or create miracles. Then go to the next line. He could supposedly calm dangerous animals. Wild animals. He could protect people from the attack of animals. Predators. Predators can be also reptiles, like crocodiles. They are predators. Number 4. He could enable villagers to live without any harm. Harm caused by wild animals. Even sometimes they believe that if they prayed to him, he could come to their help. So these are the extraordinary power. Now go to the next question. What was the geographical nature of the region where Ghazi performed his miracles? What is the geographical region? Can you mention?
The mangrove forest.
Yes, thank you. So the geographical coastal region where with coastal regions with mangrove forest. Okay, you are science boys. Can you mention or explain what is a mangrove forest? What is a mangrove forest? Mangrove forest, then watery jungle. Watery jungle. Okay. A mangrove forest is a forest where the trees' roots are seen onto the soil. These roots are called, these are their respiratory tools to which they perform their respiration. In Sundarbans, the Sundarbans is the largest mangrove forest in the world. Okay. Was Ghazi admired in parts of rural Bangladesh for so long time? Why do you think? It's very simple. The first question also focuses on the answer to the first question. focuses on the reasons why he was so admired. He could, because he could protect the villagers from many harms caused by wild animals and other unwanted situations. What are the different art forms in which myth of Ghazi is kept alive in Bangladesh and even outside the country? Okay. What are the different art forms in Bangladesh, within the country? What are the art forms? Stories, songs, etc. Were composed singing the hymn of Ghazir Pir in Bangladesh, and also many scroll paintings or pots were created, and some of them were preserved in the British Museum. So outside the country, the memory of Ghazir Pir or the myth of Ghazir Pir is preserved in the form of scroll paintings, and inside the country, along with scroll paintings, there are stories and songs regarding Ghazir Pir. Okay. So this is a very good lesson for learning about myths and legends of our own culture. Now, let us go for a small flowchart. Have you forgotten the pattern of flowchart? I hope not. Let us do a small flowchart. Okay.
Sir,
Yep.
sir, can you please kindly zoom out your camera a bit, please?
Sorry, which one?
Sir, can you please kindly zoom out your camera a bit? It's very zoomed. Your camera is very zoomed in.
Okay, so what should I do?
Can you please zoom out it or take it a few steps back?
Keep it down.
So please keep.
Zoom
Sir,
out.
he wants to take your phone a bit farther from the board.
Okay. No, I'm not using my phone. I'm using my laptop. So is it okay or is it too much? Can you manage it now? Because I'm using my laptop, so I have to pull it backwards. Anyway. Is it okay? A little bit?
Yes, sir.
So flowchart. Make a flowchart showing the role and activities of Ghazir. The first one is done for you. So that okay, let us start with verb plus ing. Okay, the rule says that if we have to follow the pattern given in the first box. So box one, preaching, is. So now go to the text to find out his role and activities. See the line, he was credited with many miracles. How can we fit it into verb plus ing pattern?
Being credited with many miracles.
No, that being credited, this is passive. So that preaching, the sense is active. So we have to keep the verb plus ing pattern. Can we write making miracles or creating miracles? Making miracles. See that? The first box, it has a capital letter. The other boxes, we should maintain small. Then, for example, he could supposedly calm dangerous animals and make them docile. This is another activities.
Controlling wild animals.
Excellent. Controlling. Controlling wild animals. Let us make the next boxes upward. This is box number 4. We can go to another point. We can also say that according to some stories, he also fought crocodiles who threatened the people of the region full of canals and creeks. So let us draw our next point from this line. Purpose and fighting.
Fighting with crocodiles.
Fighting against crocodile. This is five. Then
Are making the livelihood safer.
okay. So can we make it? Yes, that's also fine. Can we also before this point? Can we mention one more point taken from the passage, like text? Because of his alert and vigilant presence, all predatory animals were said to have been kept within bounds. So how can we fit it? It's the quality of being alert and vigilant. What percent? Maintaining. Alertness. Maintaining alertness and vigilance. Why? Because he wanted to protect them. Now, thank you for your point. Please, could you please mention the point again? Enabling the villagers live, or enabling villagers' peaceful life. Or enabling villagers to live peacefully. These are the activities of Gajirpi. Also, we can have this question in different formats, like group of words instead of verb plus ing. In that case, we also we have to follow the same group of words pattern. Like if I said that the preacher of Islam, so that it can be preacher of Islam. So next bank could be maker of miracles. Next bank could be controller of wild animals. Is it clear now? Like, not that necessarily this question will appear in a verb plus ing question. But fighter against crocodiles. That is, we can say that with alertness and vigilance, or a maintainer of alertness and vigilance. Then that is savior of the villages, protectors of the villages. It can be in a group of words. Anyway, so if we have enough time, we can just talk about the theme. What is the theme of this passage? What do you understand from this passage? Is it about Gajir Pir, or it's about some myths and literature and their influence on a particular culture? So